When we started, in a way, Indiegogo was one big experiment because the concept of going to your audiences or going to your fans, or if you're a small business, going to your customers to help grow the business, launch the business, make a film, distribute the film, all the different steps in the life cycle of an endeavor, going to the people that will benefit it from existing had never really happened before, in going to those people in terms of for funding. And so it was one big experiment. And so in the early days, we were just very focused on getting one case study after next, getting a campaign to raise money for whatever. And then as we've evolved into a place where now millions are going through the platform, what we have learned and what we tell our campaign owners every day is the biggest mistake you make is to think about crowdfunding as a way to ask for money, which is what Lenore just said. And a little short circuit goes through because people are like, huh, I don't get this. What's the point of Indiegogo if you're not asking for money? And this is actually why I think the word crowdfunding is a terrible word for our industry. It completely sends people down the wrong path. Because what this is...
We can rename the panel on the fly.
What?
We can just rename the panel on the fly.
Call it shape the world around you. Make the world that you want to see happen. That's clearly not as catchy and not good for marketing in the press.
Definitely not call it private equity, though.
No, not private equity. Anyways, the point is so we've been on this journey of educating people that this is actually an opportunity for you as a creator and ideator to actually involve the people in the creation and ideation process, the people that are actually going to be the end beneficiaries of this thing getting made, whether it's a film, a book, what have you. And so that is where we're at today. And when people approach it like that, which I think you guys were in a tremendous exemplary example of that, which is where you guys were completely honest and transparent about the situation, and you said, let's go make this movie together. If you want it to happen, fund it. And it was a very empowering experience for your fans because then they felt they were part of Hollywood, which is a world that is very magical and mysterious to most of the world. I know it's not to you guys, but if you think about it, the rest of the world is completely enamored by this place and has no idea what it's like to be here. And a taste of it is all they want. So that's one thing. And we've also learned is that in looking at data, because we're, your classic startup where you make all your decisions based on data, we actually did some work around really understanding why people fund. As we started to get to volumes where the data is actually relevant, we found out that there's actually 4 reasons people fund anything on Indiegogo, and we've called them the 4 Ps, so it's easy for our campaign owners to remember. But the 4 Ps are people. So when you look at a campaign, you want to fund the team or the people behind the project. The second is they fund the actual project because they're passionate about the subject. The third is participation. So this is why the majority of funders on Indiegogo are not anonymous. It's because they want their name affiliated to a project. Everybody wants to be able to say they helped create or discover something or make something happen. It's great water cooler talk. And then the 4th P is the perk. So they want the actual thing. And what's the interesting dynamic is that the first 2 Ps are a little bit more what we would call altruistic in nature, which is like pulling on just us wanting to be good human beings. We want to see cool things happen that we believe in and help people that we like, which is why we coach our campaign owners to always put themselves in the video to talk about not just what the project is, but why it's important to be made, and so people can look into your eyes and see your passion and say, like, I want to support this person.
That was Dawn, not me.
Nice. Well, I know, campaigns with videos raise on average 115% more than campaigns without videos, and it speaks to that point. And then the other 2 Ps, the participation and the perks, that speaks to more of the selfish motivations in all of us, which is fine. They are what they are, but it's, you want to be part of something that makes, either builds your resume or makes you look cool or just is awesome. So, and then you want the actual thing, which is clearly selfish. And so I think that's where we've evolved to, and that's where we spend our time coaching our campaigners to think about all those motivations when you create a campaign and to treat your funders like a teammates. Don't just treat them as people giving you money. We actually don't use the word give, but this is a process. An Indiegogo campaign is a process for people to be involved in something and make what they want happen, which the other benefits of that is then if you are like a studio using Indiegogo forever, you're actually learning what your customers want, getting them excited, building the buzz. It becomes a market engagement. We can probably talk about that later.